Hi everybody, it's Mike Baker from CIU 10 with a quick Google Classroom tip. If you're new to Google Classroom, you've probably noticed you get a lot of notifications, email messages telling you when students have completed things or co-teachers have done things. So it's hidden, but there is a way to change the way that the notifications work. So from any of your classrooms, if you hit the hamburger to access the main menu and scroll to the very bottom, you will find a settings menu. And in that settings menu, there are a couple things you can do. One is to change your profile picture, but we want to look at this notification section. So by default, if you haven't customized these settings, you're going to receive email on all of these things. So anytime any of these things happen, it will trigger an email notification to your inbox. If you'd like, you can completely turn off the email notifications simply by hitting the switch, and you'll see everything else disappears. And at that point, you will receive no email at all as far as notifications from Classroom. But there are times that you may want some of this email to come in. So if you look, there are different categories here. So the comments, if someone were to comment on your post, or perhaps only if you want them, if they mention you, so if they do a plus in your email address, private comments on their work might be something. Classes you're enrolled in, those are classes in which you are a student. So if you're just enrolled as a student in someone's class just because you were kind of testing things out with Classroom, you could certainly turn that off. But if you really are enrolled in a course, you may want to leave that on. This is really important, of course, the classes you teach. And do you want a notification when someone turns something in late or they resubmit? Perhaps not. I do want email if someone invites me to co-teach. And this is handy too. Sometimes a scheduled post doesn't show up. So I can turn that on and receive an email that tells me if it published or if it failed. Notice that clicking on the label, by the way, also turns the switch off and on. Now, there's one other hidden thing in hiding. Obviously, hidden things do hide, hence the name. But when email is on, and as long as any of these switches are on, you also have a section here called class notifications. And this is something that's relatively new. But there may be some classes that you don't really want any notifications ever. So all you have to do is click on that switch and you can turn off the notifications for that course. So customize which notifications you receive here, and then you can turn off classes that you never want to get those notifications for. So you do have a certain level of customization here. I know a lot of teachers sometimes will just make filters to get rid of the notifications that way, just from Gmail, but you can certainly come into settings. Please note that these settings are universal. What you set here will apply to any class for which this is turned on. So this has been Mike Baker at CIU 10 with a Google Classroom tip. If you need any other Google tips, please check out my YouTube channel for the latest information. Thanks.